Hi Virgo, welcome to June 2017. This is a strong month for you. Mercury is direct and he is flying forward in June. He moves into Gemini on June 6th and then he moves into Cancer on June 22nd. So 2 weeks later, he's into the next sign. When Mercury is moving this fast, this is great for business, it's great for communication, it's great for anything that you want to do. Launch a new business, move, go back to school, teach, travel, start a new initiative, start a new project, start a new relationship. The forward-moving energy uplifts you and inspires you, and this is good news. Now, as you move into June, there's a lot of positive energy here. Venus is trining Saturn, harmonious energy flow, right on the 1st of June. Then she couples with Uranus on the 3rd, and the Sun trines Jupiter on the 3rd as well. The Sun and Mercury, as Mercury moves into this Gemini on June 6th, brings the action to your destiny in the world, your reputation in the world, your profession in the world. So when it comes to your standing in the world, hello world, here I am, you're a Gemini. And that's about communication, that's about knowledge, that's about teaching. And so you are happiest when your work is being appreciated and well compensated. And this bodes well for that here in June. So expect a pickup in business, expect a pickup in clients, customers, patients, whatever your craft is, whatever your skill is, June is picking you up and moving you forward. Now I know for some of you, you've really been experiencing some challenging times with Saturn in Sagittarius and Neptune in Pisces. You do have Pluto working for you until 2024. As long as Pluto is in Capricorn, he is trining Virgo, positive energy flow, which gives you the power and strength to survive anything. It gives you the ability to rebuild yourself, reboot, re-energize, revitalize, and it strengthens you and supports you. And Pluto is in a fantastic area of your life having to do with creative self-expression, self-confidence, really coming to know yourself. And that is the quest for all of us, is to understand, okay, this works for me, this doesn't work for me. I really know who I am now, and I know what I want and what is going to make me happy. So Pluto is there to rebuild you, strengthen you, empower you. And it is about power, how you use your power. How are you using your power to get what you want, to take care of you? And so I really like this energy for you because the Sagittarius full moon is on June 9th. And this is a very positive energy. People are more excited and uplifted when the Sun goes into Gemini and we have the Sagittarius full moon. It is a celebratory moon. It's an exciting energy, it's a fun energy, and it's a positive energy. So for you, it is about your foundation, how you're taking care of you, how you're strengthening you. I have a great program on my website. It's the Strong You program, how to build a strong foundation, because the stronger you are, the more you can achieve in the world. And with the Sun in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini, it's a time for you to reach out into the world and go after your goals, go after your future, what you want to accomplish, what you want to get done, and take advantage of this positive energy that's here and available for you. So at the Sagittarius full moon on the 9th, Mercury is moving forward and The sun is in that area of destiny in the world. Now, there is a T-square off of the full moon in Sagittarius. Both lights, the sun and the moon, are being challenged by Neptune. Now, with Neptune, it is about the future. It is about visioning what you want, using your imagination and creativity to see into the future. So even if Neptune is challenging some of your personal planets in Virgo, you can still dream and plan big. You can make big plans. You can dream big plans. And that is the appropriate way to use Neptune, is to dream big and to be inspired about your future and where you're going and what is up ahead on the road for you. And Jupiter is in harmonious energy flow with the sun in Gemini and the moon in Sagittarius. So Neptune is saying, dream big, be a visionary. Yes, be practical when it comes to making important decisions, is to see people for who they are, not who we want them to be, to not be so in love with the fantasy that we're not looking at the reality. Well, Saturn is there kind of checkmating that, because Saturn is coupled with the moon and he's opposing the sun. And so, you know, we're getting that reality check so that we don't get too, you know, tripping with the light fantastic over there with Neptune, you know, and I've done it so many times. You know, you just want to believe the dream, and you want to believe that, you know, certain things are the fantasy, and then Saturn comes along and clonks you on the head and goes, "What are you thinking?" You know, and so Saturn's there clunking us, and, you know, clunk, clunk goes Saturn. And, you know, but it's good because we do need that reality check. We need to make sure that we're looking at the facts, right? Gemini is about the facts, about, you know, the day-to-day knowledge we get from looking at the numbers, looking at the details, and you love details. You're the god and goddess of details. And practicality is your spirituality for Virgo. That's who you are. Practicality is your spirituality, Virgo. And so with the Gemini is an intellectual air sign, and they're in their heads, and that's good because we need to be grounded while we're reaching for the stars with Neptune. And Saturn is there going, make sure you look at the details, make sure you are looking at the facts and understanding what's going on, right? When I went to pay my Mass state taxes here, I double paid them. Like you need to send double payments, right? And so that's why it's important to look at the details of things so that you're not overpaying something. And that's the balance here, because there's so much positive energy, and Neptune is inspiring, Jupiter is uplifting, and for you, Virgo, you know, you could see a big hit in the money belt with this energy, because the sun is forming an awesome aspect trine to Jupiter in the area of your earned income and your money, and so there could be some sort of bonus for you, cash payout for you, you know, where you get, you know, more money coming to you through clients, customers, patients, you know, whoever is buying up your product or services. You're going to notice a big uptick here in June for you. Actually, it can start in May, the minute the sun goes into Gemini, because it starts trining Jupiter in the area of earned income. Money that comes to you through what you do or invest in. And so you're going to see your money increase here in June. It's on the up. Earnings increase. And I love it. It's just so exciting. Yeah, this is a fun Sagittarius moon, even with Saturn there, but I kind of think we need that because of the Neptune being so direct onto the sun and the moon, both lights, and Jupiter being on both lights, the sun and the moon. And so we're, you know, feeling pretty good and inspired, and, you know, at the same time, you know, we want to make sure that, and even Uranus is trining the moon and Saturn here, right? And so there's this grand fire trine going on, and it's going on in May. The North Node enters Leo on May 10th, just right a couple hours before the Scorpio full moon. And Leo and Sagittarius and Aries are fire. They're the triple fire, as Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn are the triple earth. And so there's this gorgeous grand fire trine going on in May and June, going into July. And so this is a very uplifting and inspiring energy, and it is really good for you for anything you're doing from home, your home-based business, if you want to move, if you want to get involved with real estate. This is a wonderful energy for you to do it. It's on at this time. It's on in May, all of June, into July. We'll have to see how long this grand fire trine goes. It will be going for quite some time because Saturn is in retrograde now, and so, you know, this is going to be going on for months ahead. Now, the Saturn-Uranus is really strong here in June, as well as in May, and, you know, it's going on all summer too. And that is a beautiful energy with marrying the old with the new, and, you know, doing things in a new way, right? And taking a new approach, being creative, being risk-taking. This is a very inspiring energy here in June, and it is about taking risks and putting yourself out there and trying something new. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't, but we don't know unless we try. And it is an energy that's saying, you know, if you try something new and you do something new, you're going to get the reward. And it will expand whatever you're doing out into the world, out into the universe, and that is incredibly exciting. So I really like this energy here for you. And it's very positive, and it's incredibly uplifting. And Jupiter moves direct just a couple hours after the Sagittarius full moon. So now you have Mercury direct, Venus direct, Mars direct, Jupiter direct. That is a forward movement energy that's all about taking action, making plans, going after what you want, and being excited about your future, being excited about what you're doing and where you're going. Yeah, there is some challenges here. Neptune is, you know, challenging both lights. Saturn is there, and, you know, he examines and tests whatever he's touching. For you, it is about the foundation. How are you taking care of you? What are you doing to strengthening you? What are you doing to build your personal power, your resources, your time, your energy, your money, and so on? What are you doing to build that up while Saturn is here? And are the things you're doing, you know, in the world, how are they working for you? Right? You know, this is a time to look at, you know, what you're doing in the world, but you can have great success, you know, even with Saturn around, you know, is if you're doing your homework and you're putting the time and energy into whatever you're doing, you're going to get the results. And the results are going to last a long time into the future because Saturn builds lasting success. And with the North Node in Leo, it is about creativity, leadership, self-confidence, working with your inner child, and doing things in a new way, and taking time for the new growth and expansion, as well as teaming up with others. And Jupiter in Libra is about relationships and, you know, seeking out those who are like us, the like-minded, the light-minded folks who will align with your vision, who will align with your goals in the world, going after those goals. And so, you know, maybe there is a bit of a test here for you at the time of the full moon in Sagittarius to look at your goals, to look at, you know, where they're going and how you're going about it, and, you know, measuring the success of whatever you're doing. You know, really looking at the results of your efforts, your time, your energy into what you're doing, and seeing the outcome here in June. Now, Venus and Mars also sextile on the 9th, and that's because Mars enters Cancer on the 4th, and Venus enters Taurus on the 6th. This is a beautiful energy. Taurus is your sister sign, so Venus is now forming grand Earth trines for you. Virgo, this is your month. Going here in June into July. And Venus will exactly form a grand Earth trine with Pluto in Capricorn at the time of the Cancer new moon on the 23rd. I love this month for you. So Venus and Mars are sextiling. Opportunity, and this is like maybe you're connecting with someone who lives at a distance from you, who is maybe a foreigner or in another country or very different than you, but there's an attraction, and this is good for romantic relationships, sexual relationship, personal relationship, as well as business relationship. And Venus in Taurus is forming a grand Earth trine now. Wow, look at this. You can't see what I'm looking at. I'm looking at 4 charts, 5 charts, 6 charts here I have in front of me. But it's kind of, it is a Star of David because you have the grand fire trine going on in your charts with the North Node in Leo to Uranus in Aries, Saturn in Sagittarius. Now you have a grand Earth trine going with Venus in Taurus to your Virgo planets, to Pluto in Capricorn. So we have a double fire and earth trine. Okay, this is inspirational, this is uplifting, it's hopeful. No matter what's going on in the world right now, no matter what's going on here in May, it's going to get better for you. And it's going to improve for you. And now Venus is in here with you. And Venus is love and abundance, prosperity. But it's the kind of abundance that you attract to yourself. Mars is about going out after it. Mars is in the area of your goals, your hopes and wishes. So it's about you doing both. It's about you taking action, going after what you want, but also allowing the love to come towards you and the money and prosperity and abundance to come at you, and it will. Because Venus is forming a grand Earth trine with powerful Pluto, who is your ally till 2024, forming this grand Earth trine with you here in June, going into July. So exciting, so awesome. So this is about really being forward focused in your future. What do I want to create this month, next month, this year, next year? What is it that I want? What do I want to create? What do I want to see happen? And you can make it happen. You can totally make it happen. Now, Neptune's going to go retrograde June 16th through November 22nd. That's good because that's going to give you a break from all of the relationship workover that you've been doing since Neptune went direct last fall. And so now you get to integrate the relationship lessons and experiences that you've been dealing with. And for some of you, you've already gone through it. And for some of you, it is fresh. And so, you know, again, it is really about being a visionary and dreaming your future into reality. The challenge comes in with Neptune is that we can be so in love with the person or the dream that we don't want to see what's really there. And that's what bites us. And then Saturn comes in and clunks you on the head and says, look at this. You double paid your mass state taxes. And it's like, why did I do that? And so, you know, there's so much good energy here for you. Now, and the Sun sextiles Uranus on the 18th, that's some sort of inspiration in regards to what you do in the world. Whatever you're doing in the world, you're going to love the 18th as well, because you're going to get some sort of insight into how to get to the next level, how to attract what you want, or you may even see it. Like it may have come to you, and you're like, wow, this is amazing, what's happening for me? And it's exciting, and it's good, and it's prosperous, and I can see it happening. And so it's like you're clever and intelligent, and you're manifesting what you want. You're making it happen. And it's super exciting. It's like a turning point here for you in June, right? We're at the middle of the year, and now you're turning, and you're getting on this new path, and you're manifesting what you want. You're creating what you want, and you're doing it by being practical and visionary at the same time. And so the Sun enters Cancer on the 21st, and you have summer in the Northern Hemisphere. We're at solstice on the 21st. When the Sun goes into Cancer, bam, we're in solstice. And then, of course, winter in the Southern Hemisphere. And then you have the Mercury enters Cancer on the 22nd, and you have the Cancer new moon on the 23rd, and that brings the action to your hopes and wishes, your goals, your money you make from the business you own, or the money you make from the company you work for. And so now here you have a fresh start in a very powerful part of your life, which has to do with what you're doing in the world. And, you know, this is the time to go after whatever it is you want. Launch a book, launch a website, launch a new project, start a new initiative, start a new job, start a new relationship, move. Whatever it is you want to be doing, this is the energy to move you forward and get it done. Now, the Cancer new moon itself is lovely. The Sun and the Moon are coupled together with Mercury in Cancer. And it really doesn't have any challenging aspects. The challenge comes in with Mars in Cancer, who is now opposing Pluto and being squared by Jupiter. So this is where, you know, we're going to be seeing, you know, we'll see it played out in the world, but we can also have some of this in our personal life. Oppositions are confrontational. And with Mars opposing Pluto, it is a warlike energy. And so Mars is the warrior, and Pluto is the lord of death and hell. And so with Mars opposing Pluto like this, and being squared by Jupiter, we'll notice how, you know, intense and volatile things can get. Here, you know, especially in the Northern Hemisphere where it's hot, it's summer, people are out protesting and marching and what have you. And with Jupiter like this, Jupiter, you know, and Sagittarius can be about exaggerating. So we really want to stay calm and detached, right? You know, avoid the politics, avoid the, unless you feel it's your calling, avoid, you know, any kind of confrontations unless we're being proactive and productive. We want to label the behavior, not the person, like not go on personal attack. This is a very confrontational energy. And it is on at the time of the new moon on the 23rd. It's exact June 25th through July 2nd. And then, of course, the sun will move up there with Mars, and they'll move forward, and they'll form a grand square with Uranus in Aries, Jupiter in Libra, Pluto in Capricorn, and then Mars in Cancer, Sun in Cancer. And that will go exact June 25th through July 20th. I'm only mentioning it because it is there, and that there will be some people acting out in negative ways because of some perceived offense or you know, something that is going on in their personal lives or in the collective. And it is an energy where people can go on the personal attack. And it is a confrontational energy. However, it's an energy that you could use to be incredibly productive because it's in the area of your hopes and wishes and your goals. And there's so much positive energy here for you. And, you know, it's not about Virgo because Pluto is in positive energy flow with you. Cancer sextiles Virgo, harmonious energy flow. And so there isn't challenging aspects to your personal planets with this energy. In fact, it's very empowering for you. So if you're staying focused on your goals, you're staying focused on your work, you're staying focused on your, you know, what you want to accomplish, there's nothing you can't do here in June or July. You can accomplish so much. In fact, you could get more done in June and July than you did this entire year so far. That's how much energy is here for you. You don't want to get caught up in the personal attacks or people being confrontational with you, whether it's a friend or a group you belong to. If they start getting ugly, just stay out of it and go about your business because it's not about you and there's really nothing there for you. Now, if you want to use this energy to clear the air with someone, maybe someone has, you know, mistreated you or has not been respectful with you, and you're really feeling like now's the time to speak my truth. Absolutely, because it can be helpful and productive because the other person may not even know that they have offended you in any way. They may not even know that they have. And so the energy can be either productive or destructive depending on how people use it. And we want to use the energy to be progressive and open and inspiring and, you know, teachable. So if you're using the energy that way, then you're going to find that, wow, are you getting a lot done? And amazing things are happening for you. And you're feeling really excited because you're just so involved with what you're doing and being well compensated for it that in your universe it's good. It's really good. Now, if you find that, you know, it's time to have that sit-down talk with someone, go for it, right? Label the behavior, not the person, right? So in other words, when we talk to people, we want to say, you know, I don't appreciate when you do this, right? That way it's like, oh, I do that? I didn't know. And, well, thank you for bringing that to my attention. And then the person, we're now helping them to self-correct. And then the energy is useful. Instead of exaggerating, and we will see this with some people where they're just exaggerating things, and especially with leaders, it's very important if we're in a leadership role that we are being honest and transparent, because if it comes out that you're not telling the truth, then it could be very embarrassing because the truth will be coming out. And with that Neptune energy and even the Jupiter energy, you know, exaggerating and not being honest, the truth has a way of coming out, and when it does, it's very embarrassing. You know, another thing about the big focus in Cancer, too, is you're going to notice that we're very sensitive, that people are ultra sensitive at this time, and especially with Mars and Cancer. And, you know, hey, we all have a soft underbelly. We're all vulnerable. We're human. Nobody is Superman and Superwoman. Although you may be feeling a little bit of that because you've got so much positive energy in here, and Pluto's trining you, and you know, so you have so much going on that you may be feeling like you're Superman or Superwoman flying around here in June and July, and that's great. But for those that aren't feeling that way and they're feeling very ultra sensitive, and that's another thing where they could be just, you know, going on the attack, and you know, that's why we want to be, you know, supportive and helpful and calm, and be that calm in the storm, so that, you know, others can find the way, and you know, find that place where they can understand what's, and see what's really going on, and have clarity, and have discernment, and have good judgment in the choices that they're making, and not get caught up in the right fighting, and just fighting to fight, but not really about, you know, solving problems or creating solutions. And so, you know, this is a strong month for you. This is a time for you to go after what you want. For those of you open for love, it's on. The divine lovers are harmonizing this month, and you have Venus working for you. You could be meeting someone through social media. You could be meeting someone who's at a distance from you. You could be meeting someone through any group you associate with, or at work. Love is on, and it's amazing. For those of you coupled, you know, this is a time to, you know, absolutely address any issues that you have. Communication is the key, but we want to use language to heal. We want to use language to love others and empower others. And so make sure that that you're being supportive of your partner, and then you can absolutely celebrate that love that you have. Career is off the charts. Career is so strong here in June. This is a time for any new start you want to make in your career and what you're doing. Go to the next level, start a new job, start a new business, launch a new project, launch a new product, etc. Go to school, teach, travel. Fantastic. Get out and about and do what you love. Spiritually, it's off the charts, right? And practicality is your spirituality. I'm not seeing any challenges in the health area. And so you're looking really good this month, Virgo. It's amazing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plus-ing my videos. Virgo, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. It's also up in the cards. So until next time, Virgo, it's your month. It's your turning point. Go for it.